the MS-13 gang members, who they say are the worst in the world. They certainly might very well be. I see what they do with knives, where they cut them up into small people. They cut people up into small pieces because it's more painful than using a gun. I said, get them out. And Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador would not accept the people. Under the Obama administration, they wouldn't take the people. So the people came back to me just routinely, sir, I'm sorry, but they won't take them. I said, who won't take them? Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. They won't take the people back. I said, oh, really? Why? They don't want them. I said, okay. How much money do we pay them? Sir, we paid them $500 million a year. What does that have to do with it, sir? I said, a lot. We're not paying them anymore. And then I got a call the next day from the heads of the 3 countries. We would love to take MS-13 back. They are wonderful people. We'd love to have them back where they belong. And we never had a problem after that. But now I understand they're not taking them back again because we don't deal with those countries right. I got along with the 3 people plus the president of Mexico beyond. He's a fantastic man. He really is. He's a fantastic man. Very different persuasion. His thought process is very different. Could be on the socialist side. But I'll tell you what, we worked along really well together, and he's a terrific man and a terrific person, and he loves Mexico. I will tell you that. But we opened it up. They used to have airplanes on the runway, so we couldn't land our planes with their MS-13 horrible criminals in the plane. So we couldn't land them. We couldn't get buses back. And once I did that, they took them all back. So we had all these great policies going, and they were all ended. One day they were ended. This didn't take place over 3 months or 5 months. This took place in the first week. They were ended. It was almost like they were ended because I did it. But, you know, we did a great job. In the history, and I appreciate what you said, Sheriff, because in the history there's never been, and not me, all of us together, there has never been a border so secure as the border, the southern border that we have. And now it's opened up. And don't kid yourself, they're coming in from the Middle East, and they're coming in and they're bad. They're coming in from the Middle East. I'd say, well, where are those people from? Sir, they're from Yemen. Oh, really, Yemen, right? How's that all about? They would dump them off in South America, and they make the journey up because it was easier to get through that way, through the southern border, and that stopped with us. That stopped fast. And now we have an open, really dangerous border, more dangerous than it's ever been in the history of our country. And we better go back fast. And, you know, I watch a couple of, even you people said that, well, we could start it immediately. Well, it's not going to go fast because you have to go back now and start the whole thing up with Mexico and with the 3 countries. It's not going to go that quickly. You know, they say, well, we should just immediately go back. It's not that easy. This was a lot of hard work and very good negotiation. We did great negotiation. And we did things like, we're going to charge you tariffs if you do this or if you do that. And all of a sudden they said, well, we'd love to have you have it your way. We won every point.
Some California Democrats, they've passed a new bill which could help Governor Gavin Newsom in his recall battle by moving up the actual voting date. Our next guest is a Los Angeles restaurant owner and vocal critic of the governor since the beginning of the state's severe lockdown rules. Chef Andrew Gruel from Slapfish Restaurant joins us right now from California. Chef, good morning to you.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And hopefully one of these days, one of these mornings, we're going to be talking things like pancakes as opposed to the Newsom monarchy.
Wouldn't that be great? Absolutely. Like the good old days. Well, let's talk a little bit about the recall. How are the Democrats trying to help their governor?
Well, first of all, I got to say, when I was just scrolling through, I think it was Twitter, when I saw this headline, and I honestly believed that this was satire. I thought it was like the Babylon Bee. You know, Newsom's trying to use his power in order to change this. But they're moving the election up, you know, or the recall up. And look, even trying to put the kind of partisan politics and speculation aside, I think anybody in their right mind who would see this would recognize that, whoa, 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 something's not right here if you've got pretty much absolute power and you're using that in order to manipulate or, you know, relitigate the rules under which your own recall is being run. I mean, that is just not right. The optics alone are dirty.
Sure, because it makes it look like, okay, let's just get this over with real quick. Let's see, because right now, you know, believe it or not, even though he's enacted such restrictive rules during the pandemic, his popularity is actually inching up a little bit. I know they've got plenty of signatures collected for the recall, over north of 1.7 million, which is all it's about. But some say the longer the wait, it could actually allow for new problems to pop up, and that would actually help your side.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the reason, and this is just in my opinion, that he's moving this up is that things are okay right now, right? Businesses are opening. People have a little bit of money in their pocket. And obviously, by virtue of a lot of the money being printed from the federal government. Yeah. And if he moves us up, I speculate that he's actually thinking that they might shut us down again. Yeah. So they got to get this taken care of while the summer numbers are low. And who knows what's going to happen moving forward. Sure. So that's where things get scary from my perspective.
Well, and Andrew, it was just earlier this week that apparently they're saying in LA County, they're suggesting that people mask up again in restaurants. If they're asking people to do that because of this Indian Delta variant, they might say we're going to have to close down the restaurants again. And that's what your biggest worry is.
Exactly. And that's what I keep talking about. I say, look, with the labor conversation has been huge across every single media outlet. And part of it, the reason people don't want to come back to work is also because open, close, they're so anxious about a potential shutdown again. And then they hear about mask mandates. They might be vaccinated and they don't understand why. And now Newsom's moving the recall into this sweet spot. Things are a little fishy, to use my own pun.
There you go. All right. He's at Slapfish Restaurant. He's a chef. Andrew, thank you very much for getting up so early. It's 3:30 in the morning out there, and he's on TV. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.